So let's add some conduit. I remember the good old days when Revit didn't even have conduit. But now with each new release, Revit seems to be adding more and more to the conduit library. To get started, I'm going to jump into Revit. In the project browser, under electrical, let's go to power, floor plans, and let's go down to level 1. Let's zoom in on our electrical room. Let's select one of these two panels here. Notice that when we select the panel, we get these little grips. If you just hover over it, you can drag it, or what you could do, if you right-click on that grip, you can actually draw conduit from face. Click Draw Conduit from Face. Now what's going to happen is Revit's going to kind of give us an elevation of that face, and it kind of shows it in a 3D view as well. So we can change the position of this conduit. Like instead of 11.5 inches, I can type in 6 inches and push it down a little bit. Now all we need to do is click on Finish Connection, and Revit's going to start drawing our conduit. So if we draw the conduit over this way just a little bit, pick a point. Notice that our diameter is set for 2 inches or 51 millimeters. What I want to do is let's change our elevation. Let's say 10 feet or 3048. That puts us right above our ceiling. Now if we start drawing this conduit in this direction, pick a point like right about here, it's going to give us a rise. Now we can just run our conduit up and out of this room, which is fine because we're above the ceiling. Hit escape a couple of times. Now on our view control toolbar, let's set our detail level to fine. Excellent. We can do the same with this one. Let's select this panel. Let's make sure we zoom in, right click on that grip. Let's draw a conduit from face. The middle is fine. Let's click Finish Connection. Now we can kind of see the conduit. Instead of 2 inches, let's make it 4 inches or 102. We can draw it out this way a little bit. Then maybe this one goes underground. So for the middle elevation, let's make it -6 feet, which would be 1829 millimeters. Notice that it's out of our view range, so we can't really see it. Notice we get a little icon that says we can't draw it. So if we pick another point, now we go to a 3D view. Let's zoom into this area here. Let's make sure our detail level is set for fine. Revit can't model that because of the fact that the bend would be too big. So what we need to do is just grab that, pull it out a bit, right? Now if we go back down to level 1, if we right click on this icon and we draw conduit, now the middle elevation could be -6 feet. Or -1829 millimeters. Now notice that you still can't see it because it's out of our view range, but it's going to actually put it in and see how it gave us that drop. If we go to a 3D view now, there it is. It's kind of in the middle of that room, but that's okay. Let's go back to level 1 floor plan. Notice that we can just draw conduit as we please. We don't need to draw it off a panel. So I'll right click on this 4-inch conduit and create similar. I'll make the middle elevation 10 feet or 3049 millimeters. Pick a point here. I'm going to pick a point here. And again, you can see that once it comes into position, Revit will let you draw it. But if it's too close, you need to move it up a little bit. Now Revit will let us draw in that conduit. Now, if we right click on this conduit here and create similar, I'm just going to draw a conduit right off the middle of this one, model it down. Revit is going to put in a giant junction box for us. Perfect. I'm going to right click on this piece of conduit and create similar. And I'll model another one right about here, over to here, maybe down to here. Hit escape a couple times. Now, if we go to the Systems tab and we click Parallel Conduits, we can hover over this piece of conduit, hit Tab, and then pick it. Notice that it's going to add those conduits. Go to a 3D view. Notice that it's just added another conduit off of that. So conduit's really easy to draw and it's pretty cool. Stop avoiding doing it.